Boo.
So here I'm attempting what I believe is a reread of Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. I feel like I've read this, but I don't remember much of it. There's a girl, Nora, and what could be a fallen angel named Patch. He's got scars on his back. He's always around. She doesn't know if he's trying to hurt her or what. The first part, when I'm reading the back, honestly sounds like Twilight. I don't know if I'm interested in this. I remember at this time, as I'm doing this 2020 attempt at a reread, I believe it's something I found probably at Goodwill and thought, hey, I'll try it again. But I can tell you that I never got past the first chapter. So, not interested. And still, I have the same copy still, and I just don't know if I'm interested enough to reread it. We shall see. Okay, so what I'm reading here is Crave by Tracy Wolff. This is the first of a series about a girl whose parents pass away, I believe. And either way, whatever happens, she goes to live at this magical academy. It's up in the middle of nowhere, Alaska. And she's a human with magical family members. But to her knowledge, she did not inherit any magic. Family members include her uncle, who's the headmaster of this academy. He's a warlock, and her cousin, his daughter, and also Grace, that's the protagonist, her roommate, is a witch. And there are some love interests that are very much into her, but the one in particular that she likes is Jackson Vega. And he's a vampire, and as I recall, they have this enemies to lovers thing going on. And I just remember very much disliking and distrusting him at first. But I do also remember enjoying this book so much that I saved it up and I took it really slow and allowed myself only so much at a time. And that's saying a lot because I'm really not much of a YA reader, like, at all. So it was a surprise to like this one as much as I did. Although I do get on paranormal romance kicks at least once per year, but I would recommend this to anyone who wants something to get you out of a slump, or just something fast and easy to read, and maybe something that gives you those nostalgic Twilight feels. So this is me reading The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. This series is considered grimdark. It's a subgenre of fiction that could be dystopian, violent, amoral, and if you're not used to it, you might make some of the facial expressions that I make here.
Just got up. I'm in my PJs still, which is just a white t-shirt. It doesn't belong to me, it's actually my husband's. So I'm gonna do a reading update and maybe vlog some reading. I'll first talk about The Blade Itself. It's the first Law series, book 1. This is about Logan Ninefingers. He's like a barbarian. I'm 167 pages in. But what I've done here is just put a tab for every 100 pages. So I have at least 300 more pages to go. It's really funny. I'm really enjoying it. It's a high fantasy, I think. I keep picturing the dude from The Lord of the Rings. Aragorn. Aragorn. I don't know why I'm picturing that person. For this particular book, it just happened. And maybe, you know, he'll be described a little bit more later, and I'll see that I should not be picturing this dude. And then it's about an inquisitor who's just an evil little thing, and his body is just, he's ruined. He can barely function in many ways. So he was tortured for years, and it's about these kingdoms that are fighting, you know, the north and the south. And so far, there's a wizard Baez. We don't know if he's good or bad yet. There's a nobleman, Captain Jezel, Dan Luther. This could be completely wrong. So that's The Blade Itself. I would totally recommend it already. This is apparently a very popular book and series. You immediately get right into the action. So page 1, you're kind of like, oh, okay. There is no boring, let me get through these first 100 pages. The world is building, but it's very quickly and it's through action.
Update on The Blade Itself. I ended up giving this a 3 stars, which is not terrible. The other book I read during this week was Crave, which I gave a 5-star rating. And I have just started the second book and haven't really gotten into it just yet. Bye for now and happy reading. Enjoy this cute video of my husband and my dogs.